Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Friday night, Texas sky. We lit, house packed out, whole town in it. Pace crash hard, heartbeat sink. This that show that make you think. Under them lights, we don't play, we ball. From the small town fields to the big state calls. We talk rivalries, legends, up next kings. Breakdowns, hot takes, all them rings. Turn it up, don't miss this drive. Texas high school dreams so loud, so loud, so loud. You tune in now, right that way. This the part they crave every Friday. Welcome to the show where the big hits roll. Texas under lights, we talk hard, we talk slow. From the first snap high to the last play glow. It's Friday night, lights, let's go. Woo! Let's get old, let's get old, hey. Let's get old, let's get old, let's get old, hey. Woo! Let's get...
Hey everybody, welcome back. We got another great episode here for you on Between the Hashes, a Texas high school football podcast. I know I say this every time, but I really am excited about tonight's episode. We have a very special guest, Mr. Ty McCurry from Southlake, Carroll High School, joining us. Tonight's episode is going to be focused around recruiting. And so we brought in a up-and-coming recruit in the Texas high school football landscape out of the DFW area. So Ty, welcome. Thank you for taking your time out to join us tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited.
Thanks for coming, big guy.
Good deal.
Yes, sir. Thank you for inviting me.
So Ty, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about who you are, what class you are. Tell us a little bit about your position, your height, weight, wingspan, all that good stuff.
Yes, sir. I'm Ty McCurry. I go to Southlake, Carroll. I play right tackle. I'm a class of 2028, so I'm an upcoming junior. Recently got measured in at 6'6". I weigh about 287 pounds, and my wingspan was clocked at 81 inches.
Wow.
81
That's a
inches.
big boy.
Ooh-wee.
For those of y'all that don't know, that's a big boy.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, he's a 2028, so you're what, 16 years old?
I just turned 17 in March.
Just turned 17 in March. All right.
Well, happy birthday.
I appreciate it.
That's a grown man, and yes, happy birthday.
I appreciate it.
All right. I'll kick it over to you, buddy. Get us started tonight.
Well, I'm going to start it off tonight, everybody, letting you know. First time I saw this young man was 2 years ago at the Navy All-American Combine, and he just stood out to me then. He was just coming into – you were just getting ready to go to South Carroll then, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he was just coming in, and, I mean, he jumped off. I mean, his footwork was the main thing that I saw on top of that reach, and he uses both of them so well that I had to get in touch with him and let him know what was going on, and I let Anthony Williams know about him as well. And since then, his recruiting has taken off. So Ty, how many offers are you up to now?
I just got my 17th offer yesterday from South Carolina.
Okay. From South Carolina,
17?
The Gamecocks.
Yes, sir.
And you said 17?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
17.
Congrats,
so
man.
what are some of the schools that you've got offers from?
I've been off from Carroll State, Ole Miss, A&M, Auburn, Arkansas. I always draw a blank trying to remember. Texas.
That's a good problem, by the way.
What's that last one you said?
Texas, yes, sir.
Who? Oh,
What about the second half of that, the A&M?
Yeah, yes, sir, for sure.
yes, he did. I can say, and I'm like you said, everybody sees from behind me, but that one there, when you pulled that offer from A&M, I was really excited about that one.
Yes, sir.
I was
I
really
appreciate
excited
it.
about that one. That's a big time SEC program, and you'll definitely
Big time.
you definitely earn that. So
Thank
we're
you
gonna
so
start
much.
off with
Hey.
a couple questions for you, big guy.
Yes, sir.
What you got, Adam?
I was just going to say, while you're talking about offers, committable, non-committable, can you just talk to everybody that might be watching this episode and just kind of talk a little bit about committable, non-committable, verbal, all that good stuff?
That's a big question to ask when you're talking to him.
Yep.
Oh, yes, sir. I thought you were talking to Mr. Martin. So right now at my age, and as far as NCAA rules go, every offer that I've gotten so far is more of a verbal offer, but that's basically school letting you know that, they can definitely see them, you playing for them for sure. And once you hit that age, which is actually, I think it's June 15th of this year, so it's your sophomore going into your junior summer, that's when the offer becomes a committable offer. And
Committable offer.
most times than not, a scholarship for a full ride is offered along with it as well. And that's when things like official visits and unofficial visits, you can start taking your OVs and stuff like that, and really start to build a connection with the colleges on a deeper level. But always asking if it's I like committable versus non-committable, but I also like if it's a scholarship offer, because sometimes there's they can work deals and stuff like that. So specifying and knowing what you're getting is a huge thing to ask for sure.
One thing
Wise
that
beyond
I
your
love,
years, my man.
I was just going to say that one thing that I love is that you have a clear understanding of what the differences are. You're going in there and making sure that y'all know, your parents know exactly what they're talking about when they go in.
Yes, sir.
Because it that is beneficial, that you know
sure.
all the differences and the ins and outs. All right,
Have
start
you been
off with a
asking-
couple questions for you.
Yes, sir. I
Have
got
you
you.
been asking what?
I was just going to say, have you been asking the coaches when they give you the offers how many other offensive tackles in your class that they're offering as well?
No, so that's not a huge question I ask all the time. Usually they'll specify, like, I do say this actually. I do ask them a lot because different colleges take different amounts of offensive linemen with each class. And so, like, I know there's a lot of colleges that take like 3 to 4, especially with the transfer portal coming in. Like, that's a huge factor. And so
Yes.
that's the question you ask college coaches is, how many players are you taking out of the transfer portal? Because that could affect your play time come, sophomore and junior year. You can always be replaced, especially now. But yeah, big question I do ask is how many slots they sign for each class. And if you see a school taking like 5 every year, that tells you that, they're more lenient to build their base on high school guys and develop them like they usually do. But they also, a lot of times I don't even get around to asking that, because they'll tell you straight up that they sign out of people out of high school, and they take this amount of people out of the transfer portal.
That's good that they're upfront with you about that. Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
good.
Absolutely. Good deal. Sorry, RL, didn't mean to derail you a little bit.
No, great questions, and that's what Between the Hashes is about. We want to ask those questions. Here are a couple that I've got for you. Who are a couple of your biggest influences in the game of football?
For sure right now, especially since I switched to tackle out of middle school. I played tight end originally. Some of the guys I learned. Yeah.
That's why he's got good feet.
There's the feet.
Some of the guys I kind of took influence from originally, just trying to learn the game the best I can. There's guys like Laramie Tunsil and Lane Johnson's a big guy for me as well. The trainer that I work with now is best friends with him, so it's
Shout out his name. Who's the trainer?
Anderson's my trainer, and he's been a huge influence with me for sure, and definitely is a huge reason why I'm getting all my, I'm blessed to have all the success that I'm having now. It's a lot of it's due to him, but guys like Laramie Tunsil and Lane Johnson and some college guys, like I love Dave Sanders up at Tennessee right now. He's doing great things. He was a true freshman last year. Mike Fasucci at OU is really nice. Guys like that. And, I love watching college guys work as well, as much as I do NFL, just because, it's more of a modernized version of the game and stuff like that. It's what's happening now. And those guys are younger, so I can relate more to them as a seasoned vet in the NFL who's been playing for 8 years. But, watching guys like Laramie Tunsil, Lane Johnson, and like Joe Thomas and Taylor Lewan, it definitely helped give me great things I can key off of and improve my game for sure.
That's great.
Good. And I love to hear that you actually watch the game of college football.
Yes, sir.
You would not be surprised how many kids in high school right now won't sit down and watch college football. You should park in front of the TV on Saturdays watching football all day long. I swear.
Let me ask you this: what high school kids that are your equivalent that you look up to or that you watch?
Man,
I threw a curveball at you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, because it's the class that just went to college that I love to watch. But I have a bunch of friends at Tech who just signed there. Bryce Gilmore, he went to Prosper. He's a great tackle. Felix Ojo, he's a great tackle as well as Aiden Crimson. I'm trying to think who else. Man.
Well, that's good. You got those few.
Yeah.
That's fine,
Yep.
man. You thinking
Absolutely.
about it. That's cool.
Well, I'll say this. I mean, he's in the NFL right now, but I love watching Paris Johnson's high school mixtape. That is a huge one for me. And
Gotcha.
he has his huddle profile still up, and so I'll go in there and watch his huddle all the time, and it's great.
Good
That's
deal.
awesome.
Good deal. Now, okay, you've already answered my question as to how many total offers you have right now. So I'm gonna say this next: is what was the first instance that you actually knew that your recruiting was about to blow up? Was it a certain offer that came in and you were like, oh wow, okay.
For sure. 1 second, sorry. After the combine where I met you at, there was the Shrine Bowl, East-West Shrine Bowl going on in Dallas, and my agent, who I have right now, one of his guys from Florida, Brandon Crenshaw, he's a tackle. He's with the Tennessee Titans right now. They were staying at the Hyatt Regency just across, and he invited me out one day and wanted me to meet him. And while I was there, he got a phone call from a coach at Colorado State, Coach Finn, or wide receivers coach, saying that they wanted to talk to me. And then he passed me the phone, and then I was fortunate enough to get an offer from them. That was my first offer, and I didn't expect that at all. I was prepared for it more due to that December following the season. I got All-American from Sports Illustrated, an all-freshman All-American. So that was a huge shock and blessing for me as well. But I would say that my first offer really opened my eyes and not take football more seriously, but I made it my life at that point. But I really did realize that I had a future in football and that it could take me places if I wanted it to.
That's it.
That's great.
Definitely.
That's great.
All right, next one I got for you. You've already given me the official height and weight, and you had the wingspan and everything. The fluence is there. Now, what are your dream schools?
Oh man. See, my parents went to two different places, and so we don't really have a home-based school to root for. My mom went to SMU, and I love Coach Justice and Coach Lashley at SMU, and I've been around them a lot. I went a lot last fall. I think I went to 5 games or something like that.
Wow.
And that's just because I love what they're doing, and Coach Lashley is a great human being and a great coach for sure. And getting to travel out of state more recently, especially with the spring coming on, I had to go places like Ole Miss. It was great. I loved Ole Miss for sure. It definitely encompasses the type of person that I am, the university and everything like that. Getting to sit down with Coach Garrison and Coach James and getting to meet Coach Golding was truly a blessing. I didn't know much about it at the time before I went, but getting to see that whole experience really opened my eyes to Ole Miss, and I really do want to go back soon. Then, Arkansas. Arkansas is great. I was fortunate enough to get an offer from them whenever Coach Pittman was there before he left. But then Coach Myers and Coach Silverfield re-offered me about 2 months ago. And
congrats.
I got to, go sit down and have lunch with Coach Myers, and I got to sit down with Coach Silverfield, and they're great people for sure. They got brought in from Memphis to turn the program around, and I can really see them doing that for sure. I got to watch one of their practices. I could definitely see myself being there. And just like Ole Miss, the town of Fayetteville really encompasses the type of person that I am. I could see myself living there for 4 years. And but it's really just me going around and traveling and seeing these places like Texas, and Texas was a great one as well. Getting to meet Coach Flood and everything like that, and just like Ole Miss, I didn't know much about Texas other than the obvious, what you see from the outside. That's not what you make your decision off of. It's the coaching staff.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, you got to live there for 4 years. You got to make a good choice. Getting to meet them and Coach Flood and Coach Sark was really a blessing for sure. And I'm going to be back soon, I think in May, to see them again, and I'm really looking forward to it for sure.
Good deal.
It's awesome.
Good deal, man. Congratulations on all your success so far. One more time, I want you to do me a favor. Shout out your trainer.
Yes, sir. It's Clint Anderson.
Okay, Clint Anderson. And if you look on his Twitter, I've seen the videos of the work that you're doing there. You're doing great work, man. Keep it up. Don't slow down for anything. Adam, I know you had some questions, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, you just kind of highlighted several of your, top schools that you went to this spring. Camp season's just around the corner. What are some of your top camps that you plan on going to this summer?
Well, I felt like a show pig last summer. I went to about 8 of them. So
there you go.
Trying to narrow it down a little bit this year.
There you go. Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But I went to a lot of in-state camps last year. So I'm trying to hit those schools that want me out. I'm only going to about 4 this year, 4 or 5. These schools that have said that they want to see me in person to, throw an offer out, which is understandable, So I'm going to be going to Clemson, Ohio State, Texas. I think I'm going to Texas Tech, and I got one more. Oh, I got Georgia, and Alabama.
Wow, that's some top dogs right there, baby.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, well worth it.
Yeah,
well worth it.
So one of the things that Between the Hashes we really want to focus on as a podcast, and we want to highlight programs. So let's talk about your program. A lot of changes this offseason, starting with your head coach. Congrats to him. He's taken a leap and making the jump to college coaching over at SMU. You guys have a new head coach coming in. So, as a player and an athlete, what was that transition like? Obviously, Coach Dodge is like royalty when it comes to Southlake Carroll. Played there, coached there, won state titles, played in state championship games. Obviously, you probably have a really good relationship with him. So, talk to us about the transition. What was that like?
It was really easy. Just given the fact that Coach Munn was there for 8 years, he was brought on with Coach Dodge.
Okay.
When it got tossed up about who was going to be the new head coach and the hire pool, everyone wants to grab whatever is shiny and, sticks out. And so we got offers from like these big name coaches. I'm not going to say from which schools.
Good deal. Yeah.
High schools that you've heard about for sure.
Yeah.
And, the school board was uncertain about who they were going to hire, just because, they didn't know if they should start fresh or keep it in the program. So we actually made a petition to not reinstate because he wasn't head coach, but hire Coach Munn to be the next head coach. And it was the best decision for sure. Just given the fact that we're not really starting over, nothing's really changed. It's still standard is the standard, is what we say.
Yep,
that hasn't changed since Coach Dodge has left.
That's how you maintain a high performing program.
For sure, yes, sir. Yeah,
coaches come and go, but the standard is a standard.
Consistency. Yep.
That's
for sure. Yep. Yeah, it's a common goal that's understood across the board by everybody, and that's kind of what you want as a collective. But Coach Munn's great. He's a great guy personally. He is a coach that comes up and actually talks to you, and you don't really see that a lot of days with head coaches, just because there's nothing wrong with it's nothing against them. It's just they have so much to kind of overview and control and they kind of get lost in all that. But he finds a way to, manage both. He comes up to you and actually has a genuine conversation with you outside of football. It could just be about life. And that's sometimes what you need to kind of just break up the monotony of, going in and going out every day. That's kind of what you want to look for, is to build a relationship with a coach and a player, a coach-player relationship. And, that's how you build trust with, both your coach and your player, is, being able to connect to them because they're human and they're a person. But good. Also on the coaching aspect, he's a hard coach. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's what you want.
Yeah.
He's a straight shooter for sure. But, that is how you get your goals achieved for sure at the end of the day, is being black and white when it comes down to football. And he definitely is that for sure. But
good deal.
Coach hard, love hard.
The transition hasn't been hard at all, especially with Coach Munn, for sure.
Good deal.
That's good. Yeah, got to coach hard and love hard, right?
Sure.
Another transition that you guys have, is the quarterback position. Is probably the most important position, in my opinion. But Angelo Renda played there for several years, did really, really well. Took you guys to a couple state games. He is now over at Pitt, and you guys are going to have a difficult time replacing that production at that position. Walk me through what spring ball's been like so far, and what's the competition looking like replacing Angelo.
Spring ball's been great. As far as quarterbacks goes, you probably haven't heard of him, but it's going to be okay. I promise you. And this guy named Hudson Tomczyk, good buddy of mine.
He's 6'4".
Yeah, he's
I've heard of him.
He's every bit of it too. He's almost as tall as me, but
wow.
He's great. He just got an offer from Oklahoma State today.
Yep, saw that. So he's definitely a well-developed guy for sure. I wish I knew more about the quarterback position to give you a analysis on him, but all good.
Just know
your job is to protect him, not know about him.
That's it. I was going to say that.
Yeah, your job is to not let anybody get to him. All right. So, quarterback position changes, coaching changes. Let's talk about your district. We just had realignments. Texas high school football is hard at any level, but 6A is 6A. It's almost like watching a bunch of colleges out there with how big you guys are and just the type of offenses y'all run, the type of defenses you guys face. Talk about the district realignment. Who are some of the schools that you guys are going to be facing this fall that you may not have played, last fall, but you're looking forward to this year?
Well, our non-district games is what I'm looking forward to the most.
All right.
We got Allen,
okay,
Oklahoma. We're playing them at the Cotton Bowl, and I'm
That'll
ready
be
to
a good one.
Get it on at the Cotton Bowl, and that's going to be the highlight of my year. As we win state, but that's that. I'm excited for that. But we get to scrimmage Aledo. It's a scrimmage, but I'm excited to play Aledo.
Still Aledo. Yep.
I lived in Aledo, so I know what they're about for sure. But as far as our non-district, Trinity Euless transferred out, and they're definitely the hardest team that we had to go against during the regular season. It looks different, but I'm excited to get it on because I didn't get to last year. So I'm just excited to finally be able to get on the field.
Yeah,
I'm excited about the district realignment. Sometimes I wonder what UIL thinks when they map these guys out and put you guys in districts and whatnot. Yeah. But Southlake Carroll is definitely my pick to win this district, and it's not because you're on this episode. It's because I legitimately believe that Southlake Carroll is going to win that district. Not only win it, but I have you guys going undefeated in district this year.
Yes, sir. You wouldn't lose money.
Nope. And y'all are. I'm not going to give away my state picks just yet because I'm still kind of working on it. But I do have Southlake Carroll going deep in the playoffs. I'll just say it that way. And really, it all depends on the quarterback position. And how he does, being a first-year starter. But,
sure.
Man, I really appreciate you, being on tonight. Let's talk a little bit about mentoring. As you're going through this recruiting process, I'm a firm believer that God puts people in a position and gives them a platform to use it, to be able to teach other people. So as you're obviously new in this process yourself, but having 17 offers is nothing to shake a stick about. And that's hard to do. It's hard to get one offer, much less 17. So, what are some of the things that you've learned that you can pass on to other 28 kids, even, 27 kids that are still chasing that offer, or, the 29, 30 class kids that are coming behind you? What are some things that you're learning, that you have learned, that you really want to pass on to them, some do's and some don'ts?
I'd say put yourself out there early. If you haven't started, start now, like right now. Because marketing is like, this is a business at the end of the day. You're selling yourself. That's what your product is. It is yourself and what you can do. And it's basically like Shark Tank, if you think about it. You're selling yourself to these investors.
Absolutely.
They're legit investing in you, money nowadays. You got to market yourself the best you can. And that's done with Twitter. And Twitter is the forefront of the recruiting game right now. So if you don't have a Twitter, get a Twitter like right now.
If you don't have a Twitter and you're a 27, 28, or a 29
behind.
kid, you are way behind the 8 ball.
I went this past season, and I think I ran into 3 kids when I went to talk to them after the game, and they don't have a Twitter. I'm like, what in the world are you doing? What in the world are your coaches doing? They're not making sure that everybody has it.
Yeah, it's not good if you want to see yourself at a different level. But
I even had a couple that didn't even have an NCAA ID.
No, that's not.
I'm like, what? Now, at that point, I'm looking at the coaches. I'm like, come on, coaches. You cannot fail these kids. They've got to get that. They've got to get that.
I think should have a recruiting.
Every high school athlete should have that.
Yeah, and that's good, RL, that you mentioned that. So since we're talking recruiting, if you're a 27, 28, 29, or class of 30, you've got to go get an NCAA ID. If you're a 27, 28, get the paid one. Go ahead and get officially registered with the NCAA. If you're a 29, 30, just get the free account for now. Get your NCAA ID number so that you have a profile established with the NCAA, and get yourself a Twitter. Start following position coaches. Start following area recruiters. That would be what I would suggest as your starting point A. So thank you, Ty, for mentioning that. What are some other do's?
Well, it kind of piggybacks off of just putting yourself out there. Follow as many people as you can on Twitter, like that have relevance to what you want to do. I'm not talking about
not rappers and all that other stuff. No, let's get some coaches, get some universities in there. Yeah.
Yep.
Do that. So I think the highest number I got to on Twitter was like 6,000 or something like that. But literally me and my mom would sit down on the couch and follow like 100 people every night. And we kind of just hit it a point too. Just because, you have to. And then, along with that, you got to DM coaches your tape and everything. You have to, like what I did, especially when last season I didn't have the opportunity to play due to ineligibility. I would video all of my workouts and send them to my coaches, like in position-based workouts. I'm not talking about like lifting and stuff like that. Like lifting and filming yourself lifting is good to post if you need like a filler day and stuff like that, and just something that you want to put out there to keep it going. But film yourself doing what you're actually going to be paid to do on the next level. Sending it out to college coaches.
Showing them that footwork. Boy, that footwork he has. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you, this young man. I tell everybody, man, when I talk about you, that being at your size and everything else, you remind me of a forward in basketball. because of the speed and the footwork that you have. You have very quick feet. And that's what a lot of coaches, I know they love that. You can move, and you continue to work with the trainer you're working on. He's killing it, man. Y'all keep working on that, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I am definitely a fan.
Yes, he is. All right, what are some don'ts? Obviously, again, you're early on, but I'm sure you probably learned a couple things of not to do. What are some mistakes that you've made that you're okay talking about that could help someone else alleviate making that same mistake?
Because I'm going to say that just because, and I'm going to say this just because I want a podcast or whatever, but I can't really think of any as far as like media goes or talking to a coach in person, just because I plan everything out ahead of time just so I can't avoid that. But I can tell you what I've seen to not do for sure. Lie about anything. So like your medicals and stuff like that. You'll have guys that tell people on their bio for X that they're like 6'5" and 280, but then you get to your first spring game and you measure in at 6'2", like 250. It's not a great look, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That goes to show the coaches like, oh well, he's not honest. You know, if you think about it, you're going to get as far as you're going to get with who you truly are. And you got to make the most out of opportunities that are realistic for you. So if you're, you know, that 6'2" guy, you know, that you play ball. Own it. And you can play ball. You can definitely play ball somewhere. It might not be like an Ohio State or a Penn State or something like that, but it's going to be somewhere. And not like 7 times out of 10, it's going to be a good place. Like they have these small D1 FCS schools that you can go play at and stuff like that nowadays. So it's not
D2s as well. D2s as well.
There's nothing wrong with that. College paid for. Nope. So at the end of the day, you know, be thankful for sure and be content with what God gave you and stuff like that. And just make the most out of it. So definitely don't lie about any measurables or anything like that. Especially when it comes
once you get to a camp somewhere and they measure you, that truth is going to come out.
Yeah.
That truth is going to come out. And you might as well go home right after that because it's over.
That's right. Yep. Yes, sir. And then I'm trying to think what else. Lie. Oh, well, then just like not posting on Twitter. Not posting on Twitter is not what you want to do.
Sin.
It is a
it's
sin.
A recruiting sin.
It is a recruiting sin. It's how you, you know, the stuff gets shared so many times and people see things and they'll show other people, and that's how, you know, they get around and stuff like that. So I try to post at least twice a week. It doesn't always happen. That's just a goal you want to set for yourself though. Posting at least twice a week. So, I mean, if you don't post, then, you know, I see a lot of guys that don't post or don't actively, you know, put themselves out there. I see this all the time. And they get to these, like, you know, visits to these schools, and then, you know, they don't end up getting offered. And they're like, well, why did that happen? I'm like, well, because they haven't seen anything on you. You know what I mean? Yeah. I haven't played a down of varsity football at Southlake yet. The reason why things are happening now, by the grace of God, and, you know, me sharing my camp film to everybody and my one-on-ones and stuff like that. So that's why you want to, you know, be as active as you can on Twitter. And
just looking through your profile, I would have not known. I don't know you very well, but you couldn't convince me that you've never played a down of varsity football because of the way you post, the consistency behind it, the content behind it, the intentionality behind it. You do a very, very good job of managing your Twitter account. I still call it Twitter. I'm sorry. No, it'll always be Twitter, but you do a great job of the branding and the marketing. And like I said, I would never have known that you've never played a down of varsity football.
Yes, sir. No, yeah, it was unfortunate what happened last year. I played my freshman year, played varsity freshman year, but that last year I got to fall camp and moved my way up the depth chart, and then they hit me with the recruiting. They had recruiting roles.
Yeah. Yep.
UIL. So.
Yep.
What happens?
I've seen that happen. But you're in a great spot. 17 offers. Haven't played it down. Listen, as a fan of Texas high school football and a parent of an athlete for Texas high school football, you do a great job all around, from marketing yourself. You're very well spoken. you have a very good head on your shoulders, and I'm excited to watch your journey. I'm excited to come out and see you play a Thursday night game because I'll be watching my kid on Friday night. But I'm excited to come catch you on some Thursday night games.
See you out there.
So for the audience, real quick, why don't you tell everybody what your social media handles are and how they can follow you?
Boy, I don't want to read this wrong. I should know this off. I have to pull it up every time. My Twitter is McCurry Ty 2028. My Instagram is just Ty McCurry 09. And then that's basically all y'all can follow me on. The rest are
That's good.
mine.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's all you need.
Yes, sir.
So you said McCurry Ty 09 or Ty McCurry 09?
McCurry 09 is my Instagram.
Instagram.
McCurry Ty 28 is mine, or 2028 is my Twitter.
Okay, good deal.
Well, hey,
Ariel,
I
any
wanna-
final words?
I just want to say congratulations on your success, man. You deserve everything that's coming your way, young man. Like I told you, I am a fan since I saw you then, and it's only going to get better, and it's nowhere near done. Believe
Yes,
me, it's
sir.
nowhere near done. With the offers that you've received lately, you're going to have some other big time programs are going to come your way. But speaking to you, I know that you can handle it. I know your parents are behind you. I know they're keeping you down with everything. So
Yes,
they're
sir.
making sure that head stays straight. Keep that head straight. Make sure you keep those books in line with it as well.
Yes,
Make
sir.
sure you keep that as well. So there's nothing that's going to stop you, young man. Nothing at all. Congratulations on everything, and God bless. Tell your parents I said hello.
Yes, sir. I will. Thank you so much. Y'all definitely helped me out a lot. Kicking off the combine a couple years ago, and then that was the first time anyone's ever filmed me at a camp. So I really do appreciate it. It's definitely helped me out a lot.
I still have that video. I still have that video.
Yes, sir. I do appreciate it. Thank y'all so much for having me.
Well,
No doubt, brother.
That's going to wrap up our episode on recruiting tonight. This is a part 1 of a part 2 series. The second part comes up next episode. We've got special guest Anthony Williams of FBU and Navy All-American. So you're going to want to be sure to tune in for that episode, because I'm telling you right now, he dropped some fire when we recorded that episode. So definitely tune in. This has been another episode of Between the Hashes, Texas High School Football Podcast. We really appreciate you joining. And until next time, gig 'em. See you guys.
Thank y'all so much.
Yeah. Friday night, check the sky. We lit, house packed out, whole town in it, pace crash hard. Heartbeat sync, this that show that make you think. Under them lights, we don't play, we ball. From the small town fields to the big state calls. We talk rivalries, legends, up next kings. Breakdowns, hot takes, all them rings. Turn it up, don't miss this drive. Texas high school dreams, so loud, so loud, so loud. You tune in now, right that way. This the part they crave every Friday. Welcome to the show where the big hits roll. Texas under lights, we talk hard, we talk soul. From the first snap high to the last play glow. It's Friday night, lights, let's go. Woo! Let's get on, let's get on. Hey!